Hello, welcome to the stream. Today I'm going to be working on the Hyperland or Wayland screen locker. Um, this is a thing that I made in the past and it kind of worked, and then I tried to make the code less specific to that one system that I built it for, and it stopped working so well. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is try and fix that. Let me pull up an image viewer like we had before. In the last stream, if you weren't here, um, hopefully if you weren't here, I did the thing. I made a wallpaper generator, if you saw the wallpaper. So right now, /temp, there it is, temp scrot.png. That's the one. Open it, and it is here, and we're going to hold this up here. If you want, I can make it full screen just so you can see what it kind of looks like. This is all three of my workspaces up. But I don't think we should leave it up like that. That's just kind of to get a sense of here. And yeah. Right, so this is kind of how I want it to look. There's two things though. Thing number one is fonts. This font is not ideal. Ideally I want impact font, but I'm not sure if I can have that. That's a nice thing. Can we have nice things? I don't know. And the second thing number two, is, I guess there's three things. One thing number two is this checkerboard thing down here is nasty. I don't really like that. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't really like that. I'd much prefer if it were the same pattern repeated for each screen but individually, and then fuse them together at the end. Sorry, just a second. Somebody's texting me, and they can wait, or maybe they can't. I don't know. If they can't wait, they'll come by and you can say hi. But yeah, for now, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I also want to be able to draw different shapes here. That is a thing. You guys can hear that, right? Wait, is this doing audio? I don't know how audio works. Let me get some more music. YouTube, royalty-free beats for Twitch streamers. Royalty-free stream music. That one. Which one is I'm not finished with? I'm only a little bit through this one. That should be okay. Alright, that's nice. So at this point, I'm going to, I'm gonna have to step out for a moment, so I think what I should do is I should set another one of my videos up. But that's a terrible idea, so I won't do that. None of my content is good, actually. Or hovering around the range of barely passable, in fact. Just the way you need it. Wait, that's smaller. Okay. Is that visible for you guys? I don't want to make this impossible to read or anything. But at the same time, I also want to be able to see a significant portion of it. There we go. So this one, this can be a lot smaller, and this can be big. Emacs is really nice because you can change the font size of different windows independently of each other. Yeah, so let's get right into this here. The first problem I want to tackle is fonts. Now, this font that it shows here, I am positive that is not the Ubuntu font. There is no way that that is the font called Ubuntu. If I change this to anything else, say Liberation Serif, which is basically Times New Roman if you're not familiar. It's knockoff Times New Roman. But now if we do this, it will complain and it will fail because there is no Liberation Serif, apparently. And we can go back and forth all day with the different quoting options. I'm just going to do that for you briefly here as a sanity check. Part of the problem here too is that alright, so yeah, the way this is working is, wait, where is magic? So the swirl part is fine. The problem is in this extra, there we go. This function write message, which puts a text with color behind it at a coordinate going an angle. It's like there's definitely a better way to do it, but I don't know what that is. Okay. I wanted to make sure there wasn't a format function in PowerShell. I hate format, but if it's the best way to do something, then it's the best way to do something. You know, I used it in eLisp because otherwise it's impossible to make sure that you're turning something into a string. So there we go. Font. Okay, so the font part includes the quotes, so technically I don't need these quotes. Oh, yeah. So let's try this again, see if it works. It won't. Unable to read font Liberation Serif. However, wait. Which imagemagick? This is Arch. Yeah, so we want to paru s I'm okay, TTF Liberation. It says that I have. Okay, that is weird. Now one thing that you can try is if we go menu set font, Emacs will actually pop up this nice big menu for us with all of the fonts that it can see. However, this is not, and if I search Liberation, it shows a whole bunch. Liberation Sans Bold might be the closest thing to impact. Ooh, Liberation Sans Narrow Bold. You know what I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to, I'm just going to get a new window, and I'm going to search for impact font download, because I'm stupid. It's a TTF file, impact.zip, local share, fonts is where that goes. F, fonts. Yes. So now that we've got that, all right. Grep for impact. What? It's not there. Oh, there's you know what the way of finding out if this works is it's going over here and just it's just running the script again and seeing if impact font is now found, which it is. Oh my gosh, we did it. It was that easy. All I had to do was just download it. I didn't have to pirate Windows again or anything. Oh my gosh. All right. So part one of this, finding the impact font, that was the easy part. How do you full screen this? There we go. This button. What? Oh. So yeah, that's here. Look at me. Isn't this just magnificent? This is kind of what I'm. This is kind of the look I'm going for with this screensaver. I originally based this off of a very old Luke Smith video where he goes through how to use imagemagick and modified it from there to do the things that I wanted to do. Whole lot of just looking up imagemagick options and what they do. There was quite a bit of that last stream, and there's going to be quite a bit this stream as well. For the very simple reason that there is math to this stuff that I just do not understand. With that said, now that we have impact font, we get rid of the stupid liberation serif. I don't need that. So let me just walk through real quick what this script actually does, what parts of it are good, which parts of it are not. Dependencies, it has to be, you have to have NeoFetch installed for now because it's just the easiest way of getting the OS information, or the desktop environment more specifically, because it needs to know what screenshot utility to use. Once you give it a screenshot, it just works. To tell it how to do that. You need PowerShell, obviously, that's the language it's written in. For Wayland screenshots, you need Grim, unless it's GNOME, in which case you need GNOME screenshot. which I believe is sometimes bundled with the GNOME stuff, but other times it isn't, so that's a pain. Scrot is the original utility on Xorg, and Grim is kind of emulating how Scrot works. And then you need imagemagick to actually modify the image, of course. The image itself, I'm just storing in temp.scrot.png because, again, when I started this, it was on Xorg, so that just seemed like a logical name. It's a PNG for quality reasons, I guess. I don't have any particular reason to do that. Just figured may as well. Paint level, swirl, thickness, these are settings for the initial transformation of the image. It doesn't really come across here that well, but if I zoom in, you can see, if I zoom in on my code, you can see that beyond being warped by the twist, it's also being blurred. It's being kind of blotted, which takes more time to process, but is really useful if you've got any remotely sensitive information on there. It's like, you can still read all this because it's giant text, but you can't read this stuff here. You have no idea what this says, do ya? Even the more I zoom in. Like, cannot load path. Since I know what that says, I know what that error message is supposed to be, I can read it, but it's much more difficult to read. Like, all of this stuff is completely incomprehensible, as it should be. So that's really what that accomplishes. A complete or a mild scrubbing of small important data that might be on the screen when you decide to lock it. And the thickness here, the swirl is like for the number of degrees that it swirls the middle. The thickness is, of course, the thickness of these caution tape lines. Message is screen locked, and these other messages, message 1, message 2, message 3, are just a hacky way of combining them all together into a big ugly message. And message itself is, yeah. The idea is that you can stretch the tape however long you want, and it'll just populate the message onto however long. The problem with that is that it's like kind of bad. You know what? The problem that I've been having is that it's very difficult. To get the... No, I shouldn't say it's difficult, I just say I don't know how to do it. Is get these, these guys to see how that ends after the last lock there. Ideally, I would be able to specify the length, but so far I'm just hard-coding it with the length of the words. It's been a day, man. So we take the screenshot, and then we grab the resolution of the image, and there's definitely better... No. And this way it works just fine, because we know for a fact which kind of image it is. It's a PNG, so scraping the output of the Unix file command works just fine. Like, because we know what kind of image it is, because all of these screenshots just take the same kind of PNGs, because it's a freaking PNG. I'm mad because last time with the other ones, when I was making this lovely background for you here, the backgrounds were all different sizes. So the logo had to be made all different sizes, and the waifus are also all different sizes, so I had to do quite a lot of... and they were all different image types, too. Some of my backgrounds are PNGs, some of them are JPEGs. You know, just... And I started working on this again. I was like, you know what? I want to do something else, so I did that. But that kind of inspired me. It's like, okay, maybe I've got a shot at doing this once more. Maybe. Move the camera closer to where I'm looking. It's not going to be perfect, but yeah. So we take the screenshot and we grab its dimensions. And then we do some math. We take the math and we convert it. We take this function get angle here. What this does is it gets the angle of the it gets the angle of the hypotenuse of a right triangle with given leg lengths. And then it narrows that to within 360 degrees. And the reason for that, how I had it working, and I'm probably going to change this, is that then it can, if you got the angle, you can draw the line at that angle with a certain starting point. Except the starting point also doesn't work. Now, let me see if I can find the manual for imagemagick's annotate feature. Yeah, that's not the answer. Right, I was here before. What if I want... watermarks, gravity. You can composite those, that's not what I want. What if I want it to be at an angle? Fill, draw, draw. Okay. Positioning rotate text easier by asking it to draw the text with rotation instead of doing surface warping. Annotate 45 by 45 plus 20 plus 20. 45, 45. Now for context, this image is 100 by 100. Yeah. So we start halfway in and halfway in, and making it go 20 down, we write the word annotate. Now, if only that actually worked correctly, and I'll show you what I mean. Here's kind of what I mean. I have this other function, and if we apply that like this, I've made one of the lines green so I can show you what I mean. Because I find this just deeply stupid. Is this green line in the middle here, this is supposed to be all the way over here on the left, and it's not. Okay, that is... By all rights, that green should be over there. Why is it not? Annotation. Angle by angle. Plus origin X plus origin Y. What? Now I can change that function a little bit, and just you watch. That doesn't do anything either. It's been years, 2 years, this program I've been wrestling with. Really think I can do it today? Yes. Still nobody watching? Yeah, no, okay. It's worth a shot, I guess. I'm starting to see what it's going to mean to do this. An utter impossibility of explaining myself to anyone. Y'all are fine, don't worry about it, but like... Oh no, what did I just do? Apparently I did nothing. Cool. Never know. This music is giving me flashbacks to that time that I spent 12 hours on stream solving the 40 Rubik's Cube. That was fun. I should do that again, but I'm not going to. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a directory. And that directory is going to be home.local share waylock. Yes. Right. And then we're going to make dir home.local share waylock. I should probably make that so that the script does it, but I'm not going to. Oh no, what was that? Okay, I felt something weird, but I don't think that was anything. You surround the end with quotes. Perfect. So now, I want to make, yeah. When do we get the height? We get the height right at the thickness right at the beginning. And where is thickness used? How do I... Is it... Comma? No, it's dot. No, it's not dot. No, it's not. Those are prefixes. I know there's a command in Vim that like, oh, yeah, so thickness is used here. It's the point size of the font. So the font is being made 130 thick. 130 thick. That is what is going on here. So I want to make a function that draws the tape. That creates just a file that's a tape, that's the caution tape. Then I make a caution tape with given font and thickness. Yeah. So we're going to have to go over near to where this is. No. I forgot how to make an image that's just from raw. Okay, oh right. Convert dash size. I don't know what the answer to that is. XC colon white. Yellow. Magic convert with the color. And then we just draw the text. Label message. Yeah. I want to see if to local share waylock test.png. That's gonna have a problem, isn't it? Open .local share waylock test. This is some text, and then there's okay. So that one doesn't work because it's dead. It's broken. There's nothing there. Okay, maybe that then, and then we open local share waylock test.png. Korega some text desu. All right. Now we want font impact. All right. Point size 130. There we go. That's much clearer. So really, that plus that is all we need. What happens if we... okay. So background is the color. Let's just make absolutely explicit. Stroke width 1. Gravity center. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm a freaking dumb. If we remove the gravity center here, this just might work better actually. Hello, welcome to the stream. I am trying to well, you can see the thumbnail. I'm trying to do that but better. So you can kind of watch this build itself. Oh my gosh. Welcome back. So what I'm trying to do is draw like an M here. And I finally got this green part, which I highlighted because it's the part that was difficult. Now what I really need to work on is getting a bound. You can't see my hand gesture. I need to get a bound on it because what's happening is the text that I'm writing is screen locked, screen locked, screen locked, screen locked. It's just the same thing over and over again. Actually, it's only 3 times, but that's enough so that it will reach off of the page. if you give it the chance. So the trick is to not give it the chance, and that's one thing that I got to work out. Ignore this. This is just a thing that I was trying to make, and I realized there might be a better way to do it. So instead of drawing the now this function is indented horribly. This is all in PowerShell, by the way, because I just find it the most pleasant to do math with that has to go into shell commands. You can see I've just got an shc putting this stuff together. So yeah, imagemagick. It's a thing. Now, where all should do more programming. I did one earlier this week where I made a wallpaper generator for Hyperland. You can actually see the results of that. By the way, this is just one of them. If I touch .local config hyperland.conf, it will it might crash the stream, but the other thing it will do, let me know if that crashed the stream. It probably didn't. It definitely shouldn't have. Do I have audio still? Okay, the stream is still going. Can you hear me? I'm just gonna put this window over here. Did I make myself inaudible? No, the music just stopped because it's a stupid thingy. You can hear? It's just really blurry. Okay. Yeah, my music stopped. I'm not sure why. Thank you for the confirmation. That's helpful. The video must have got blurry for a second just because of... see, every time I reload Hyperland, it reconfigures all of the monitors from scratch. When that's another PowerShell script, by the way. Just because I had to do some math in it. So that's kind of what the deal was there. Don't mind this window. This is just me trying to use imagemagick. Let me put it on another workspace here. It's better. But yeah, as you can... Okay, is the video better now? Is it back? Let me know if it's back. When the time comes. And we'll try not to... I'm just going to reload this stupid stream music. Yeah, it shouldn't be Hyperland, or it shouldn't be... What kind of math do you work most with when you program? Mostly addition and subtraction, a little bit of multiplication. There's an arctan in this one actually, and I have to use pi to generate these angles. I don't know how well it's showing up. It's blurry. Hopefully this is large enough that even if it is blurry, you can still tell. Back. Oh. YouTube is saying, if playback doesn't begin shortly, try restarting your device. No. No, YouTube. No, I shan't. That is not something that I am even capable. Yeah, I mean, I should clarify. What I'm doing, I wouldn't count as programming so much. I'm certainly scripting and I'm probably coding, but programming, I mean, you're going to want to know... I think you're going to want to know data structures for that. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I just do things because I want my system to look cool. Um, so that's that's what's up with that. I'm just gonna find a different one of these. These are 12-hour videos of these are 12-hour audio videos from the channel The Relaxed Movement is their name. Um, oh no. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. That's some Chinese in the event logs, bro. Undo. Look at this madness. That is fun. That reminds me, I really got to do another roasting Unicode stream. I think we only got like 2/3 of the way through it. Um, yeah, Emacs comes with a built-in pager that has all of Unicode in it, so it's fun sometimes just scroll through it. But that's not what I came here to talk about. Tangents. Let me go through how the whole script actually works again. Uh, so we take a screenshot and um, it's that Intel ME backdoor. No. That's not actually connected. This is that. It's a. First of all, Intel is an American company. Minix, if anything, Minix would be written in something else. Sorry, I just got a text. Um, okay, good. My my landlady wanted me to bring her a Mountain Dew, but I just didn't respond, and she finally said, "Okay, I'm just gonna drink water instead." So, win for the Hydro homies. I can't believe I just said that word. Um, so let's delete that because I'm not. Oh, what? Okay. See, my line numbers here are broken. That's that. Yeah, water is. I mean, there is the argument that like if you've developed a tolerance and addiction to caffeine, it like legitimately. I drank Mountain Dew for like every day for a year straight, and when I went 2 days off of it, I like legitimately started getting headaches, and I was just really irritable and angry and mad, and I ended up just kind of bailing. I just drove away from everything that I had to do, and I had no idea what the deal was. I was I was just I just had a splitting, throbbing headache. It was just the most miserable thing, and I just did not have any room to socialize. And I drove 40 minutes home, and I cracked open a Mountain Dew, and I took one sip, and the headache just went right away. It's like, oh no. Like, on the one hand, oh yes, hooray, my headache is gone. But on the other hand, like, that's pretty worrying that can do that, right? Um, good for you not having had caffeine in 10 months. That's amazing. Um, I'd like to get coding. I also want this stupid thingy to work. Here, let me. Oh, what? What? My entire browser just crashed. Um, Okay, the stream is probably dead right now. I can't see the chat. Um, Let me just reopen everything and pretend that it's fine. 3, 2, 1. Let's pretend that we're fine. Yo, I appreciate you bragging. Okay, the stream is back, apparently. Apparently the stream is back. Um, I'm about given up on this music thing. It seems to bring only pain. I should have said it's been up the whole time. It's probably going to break in a moment here. No, that's current. That's up. Okay. So like you saw the chat window go away. I'm really curious. Let me watch this back now cuz I have no idea what this could mean um for anything. What? Okay. Um the like video thingy in the stream playback uh whatever Mizzou is just not cooperating. So, I'm gonna have to code, which is what I came here to do anyway. So it's not like anything's actually changed. We've just reached out for a better quality of life and been denied. Um, this I had like a crosshairs, but it was broken with the thingy, and it's also not. Yeah, I don't quite do caffeine because it keeps me awake or anything. It's really just a habit, honestly. It's just a thing that exists that um, I like the taste of Mountain Dew enough to not want to stop. I know it's probably not great, but like of all of the things to get addicted to that cost money, caffeine is like the least bad one probably. Um, or at least that's how I justify it. uh, yeah, right. I need to make this line shorter. So I need to introduce a thing with an L-draw shape that actually changes what the deal is with. Because right now what it's doing is it calculates the absolute value of x and y, and it makes a triangle. It makes a right triangle, and it just draws, and it goes from the lower point of each to the off into the distance, and it draws. Can I make it 90? I had it as 89 as like a, to see if that would be a decent workaround, and it turned out not to be. But now that I know what the actual answer is, maybe this will be okay. So yeah. Angle equals plus get angle abs x abs y. Length. I need to make the length. I know how to do length because I took algebra 2 and I took pre-calc twice, um, because I didn't want to bother doing calculus, so I just retook the pre-calc, and then I had to do calculus anyway because I was just that far ahead. Math sucks. There's a right amount ahead to be in math, and I never quite found it. I was way ahead until I stopped being able to put in the effort, and then I just fell behind, and it was horrible. But it didn't matter at that point because it was COVID. Never learned calculus. Yeah, it's not worth it. Like if you've ever heard of what a limit is, um, they say that limits are the foundation of calculus. It's basically, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the more advanced algebra is worse than calculus, but also there's like, honestly, calculus is like a dumb word because it just means calculating things. What they actually mean is like the equations that you use in algebra class. Part of calculus consists of deriving those and like where they actually get them. Stuff that stuff that we know where it comes from, stuff that we know it works, but we didn't know how it worked. Um, Calculus was how they just found out how it worked, or why it worked. Stuff like the area, like the volume of a cone being 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder that it fits in. That's calculus. Um, mm, Stuff like, uh, well, I'm not gonna teach you calculus. I'm just gonna. So you've heard of the Pythagorean. You've heard of the Pythagorean theorem. Um, the distance formula is basically that. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. So that's your parameters. So the distance formula is the square root of it's what happens when you stick the Pythagorean theorem onto a plane. So like for example, the square root of 4, I'm just making sure that math square root is a valid function. So the distance formula is the square root of the square of no. So hang on, is there a square function? There isn't. No, okay. Math : what is Let me make this window bigger, and let me make the text in it bigger. Distro do you use? This is actually Bedrock Linux, but most of the things that I'm using on it are Arch. The thing is that it used to be my Ubuntu server, so it still kind of is that as well. Emacs pi absolute power arc cosine round arctangent squared sine cube root ceiling clamp tan h copy sine truncate exponent. What's the difference between exponent and power? Okay. What? I don't know. I think I broke my PowerShell window. Okay. Math colon exp 2 3. Okay, no, it must be power. So 2 to the 3 is 8. Use screen. You mean GNU screen? The thingy that, like the SSH? No. Why? Why ever? Emacs doesn't quite do that. Oh, for the terminal. There's literally no reason to. Emacs has that fine. So we're going to say that wait. The distance formula is the square root of the quantity x squared plus y squared. It's the hypotenuse of the triangle formed by 2 points. And I wish I could draw this out, but I can't because it's not like I have a whole bunch of paper bags and a pen. And I'm not just explaining this to you, I'm trying to explain this to myself. So let's say that I want to find the distance between. So I've got my axes here. I don't know how well it's showing up. Probably pretty bad. Oh, yeah. So this is the y-axis, and this is the x-axis. And let's say that okay, bye. Right, I wasn't explaining to you, I was explaining to me. So let's say that I've got the point here 3 1, and I also want to find the distance between that and let's say 1 4. So we can imagine that there is an imaginary line between our one point and our other point. We can imagine that there is this imaginary line. Okay, so to find the distance between the points, we can just use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And knowing that, 3 minus 1 equals equals 2, and 4 minus 1 equals 3. Yes, I know how math works. So here's what I got so far. I don't know how clear this is. So knowing that the hypotenuse must equal 2 squared plus 3 squared. The square root of those things, which is 4 plus 9, which is the square root of 13. So that's a simple little explanation of the distance theorem. You just pick 2 points to find the distance between. Then you draw a triangle with them and do Pythagoras, and that's pretty straightforward. I just need to actually put it into code here, which is like third nature to me. So, yeah. $ abs x equals x2 minus x1 abs y equals y2 minus y1 and then we need to square each of those, so I guess we can say xx equals math : power so we take the power abs x to the 2, and then we do the same thing but for y's, and then we just take the square root of xx plus yy as a variable, and that is our length function. And let me just postate that. Oh. I always fall a little short in front of you. Yeah, I always fall a little short in front of you. Okay. So the length of now that we made this length function, we can actually test it out on the contrived example that I made on the paper earlier. So x1 then y1, so 3 and 1, and then 1 and 4. And that should give us the square root of 13. And it does. That is the same as the square root of 13. Cool. I have a length function that implements the distance formula. Now I just need to make it actually work on the text that I have somehow. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. Always fall a little short in front of you. Rich Y plus message. I'll draw. It's to write message. Oh, we're not even taking care of the length. All right. I've added a length variable to the write message function. So now what it needs to do is chop the message down to length. The problem is that the message so far isn't quite a thing so much as just in existence. What do I mean by that? Nothing. Nothing means anything by it. Point size, thickness, kerning, interword spacing, undercolor, annotate, annotation. So I have to go back to the annotation manual. Go to the manual. Gravity. Text positioning with gravity. Text on the edge. Text position using draw. Draw rotated text. There's also distort, that's not what I'm doing. What am I looking for more specifically this time? Imagemagick, annotate, cut off text. After length. Text operators also understand and use a set of standard text processing settings such as font point size, fill, stroke width, stroke, undercolor, kerning, interword spacing. So we can do all sorts of things. You can overflow. That's not what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to purposefully cut something off before it overflows. Is there any examples of that? Oh gosh. This text is resized to fill the space given. You know, that's cool. Domo. Loki Cola. That's great that there's a font like that. There is Unicode you can put in text. I know, I do not care. I want to do this in ImageMagick directly because I want to avoid having to approximate the number of letters. Sumimasen. Pango is weird. Pages of plain text. Don't care. Trimming text pages. What? That's not what trim I want. Draw. Dash draw. Anthony. Oh no. Okay, it doesn't appear that what I was trying to do with this is actually a thing that can be done, which means I will actually need to do the math. What is the math? Let's just change the message to be message 1. Go. Watch it. Watch time flow right out the window. Tried to hold on, but you didn't even know we're wasting it all just to watch you go. Kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard. Alright, now I can try the other half of M-Draw tape. half x to so there's that, and then 0, 0 to half x res y. Oh, I want half y. So then we start from half x, half y, and then go to res x 0. And we make that this color, and then we write message res x 0 90 with this color. So now if I draw tape, that should be at least somewhat correct. Please watch it go. So it draws the one and then it draws the other, and then nothing and then nothing. What? Nani nani? Oh, it kind of it was trying maybe. So those did draw, they just drew in the wrong places. And I always fall. Half x, half y. Res x. Res x 0. That should be just the other half of the... What happens if I make this message 2 here? It's probably going to overshoot a bit. So it puts the first one on, and it puts the second one on, and it puts the third one on. And the third one didn't register. Why did the third one not register? I said the right thing, right? L draw tape. Oh. What happens if I swap around the arguments to make it go the other direction? What if we just reverse the... What if we cross the streams? Reverse the polarity. 1, 2... Oh. That's not quite right. I'm starting to think that. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Here's what's happened so far. Um, this is supposed to this is supposed to draw an M, and I have one, two, three out of the four components of an M working. The problem is this piece of tape right here, which should be over there, but it's not for some reason. Um, and that is dictated by this line. This line in the middle of the screen right here. Question of finance. Yeah. He said, he said, will you defeat them, your demons, and all the non-believers, the plans that they have made? I said, I'm not entirely convinced the non-believers have a plan, or that they're even all that bad or wrong to begin with. You know, try actually talking to them, try listening to what they're saying. Maybe they have a point. We could do well to learn from them. Um, yeah, I used to eat ice cream, but they stopped carrying the flavor that I like, so I stopped eating it. The kind I like is the birthday cake. Have you seen? Never mind. Okay, so I'm trying to. Oh, res x. Res x is the end. Uh, the very end, the very right side of the image. Res y is the bottom of the image, so res x, res y would be the bottom right corner. Um, half x, half y should be in the middle. It seems not to be behaving that way, though. Let me just. Fix the font rendering. And watch it do its things. Watch it. What? What? Res x, res y. Yeah, 0, 0 to res x, res y is um, is this line, and 0 res y to 0 res x is this line. So there's no reason that shouldn't be drawing, and yet it did not. I'm gonna run that again with no changes, just to hope that it was lying to me. Usoda. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh Maybe getting rid of the gravity was the wrong move. I shouldn't be using annotate. What did I do for the last one? For the last one, all I had to do was put text down here, and so that was fine. I could just yeah, bro. I'm not sure what the deal is with the demons in your basement, but yeah. My life's been just, half the time it's just hurt, nothing at all happens, and the other half it's one after another. This chair is probably not actually great for doing anything in for any length of time. I rescued this chair out of. It wasn't actually in the dumpster. It was just next to the dumpster because it wouldn't fit. But it was really hard to fit it in my car as well. That was kind of fun. I replaced the bumper on my car. I think I put that on YouTube actually. In fact, I'm fairly certain that I put that on YouTube. It's like a 30 something minute video. I didn't edit it at all. So yeah, I think we broke it. I think it's working even less than last time. And I think I don't really want to be streaming anymore. Sorry. So goodbye.